was around 2011 that I went into the local Guitar Center and saw two new Paul Reed Smith models. They were the DC3 and the NF3, and I was quite impressed with them. I came back and played both several times. Now, in typical PRS fashion, they both felt outstanding and played very smoothly. I was drawn to the NF3, which won me over with its unique narrow-field humbucking pickups. I had a hard time justifying the expense at the time, and now used ones are somewhat rare and pretty expensive. So when the company created an SE version this year, well, I knew I'd have to take a look. Like all the PRS SE models I've tested, this is a well-built, nicely finished guitar with superior playability, especially for an affordable guitar. It's nice to see the company reviving some of these cool, discontinued Core models. And while no one's claiming the new SE versions are exact reproductions, they certainly capture what was so appealing about the designs in the first place. Now, the specs here are mostly straightforward for a bolt neck PRS. The neck is maple, of course, available with either a rosewood or a maple fingerboard like this one, and it comes in the wide thin variety, which, if you're familiar with the brand, you'll know is neither especially wide nor thin, but really pretty average. Depth is 0.81 inch at the first fret, or about 20.5 millimeters, and about 0.89 or 22.6 millimeters at the 12th. The nut width is the popular 1 11/16 inch, or about 43 millimeters. Now, this model features the usual PRS scale length of 25 inches, sitting right between Gibson's 24.75 and Fender's 25.5. I find this to be a very enjoyable scale length. To me, it feels nearly as slinky as a Gibson, but still has a bit more snap. While I really love the pearl white finish and smooth playability, what makes this model unique is, of course, the trio of narrow-field DD or deep dish S pickups, which according to PRS are made with taller bobbins to fit more winds, and extra metal pieces in between the magnets for a more focused, powerful tone. Now, these are, of course, humbucking pickups, but their tightly focused tone can sound a bit like a Strat on steroids. Well, I have to say these are nice sounding pickups, and they need to be, since I doubt they'd be easy to swap out. Now, they certainly produce some great tones and feel good enough under the fingers, so for me, no upgrades necessary even if they were available. In fact, all the hardware feels solid, and I don't think I'd change anything. I suppose locking tuners would be nice for speeding up string changes, but personally, I wouldn't bother. Let's hear it in a mix. So does this SE come close to the original Core NF3? Well, I haven't played one since 2011, and frankly, my memory isn't quite that good. What I can say is this is a very good guitar that gives me that same vibe, and for all practical purposes, probably does the job nearly as well. That doesn't mean I wouldn't likely prefer an original, which I suspect is a little better overall, but last I checked, used examples tend to cost at least 3 times the price of this one new. So while an original Core NF3 is something I'd love to finally own, I find this SE version to be a very enjoyable guitar in its own right. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'm currently in the midst of a life situation which is unavoidably slowing my production slightly, but with your support, I'll continue to bring you new videos as often as possible. I really appreciate my viewers, so give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you again soon.